Hey everybody, Blood Goods Beardies, this is Keith. We're here with Blue. He's not doing too well. Not sure exactly what happened, but he just completely stopped eating and everything. Changed out his light bulbs just to try to get something, warmer in there and all that kind of stuff. He started turning like a yellow color. And was breathing pretty heavy, like it was labored and stuff like that. So my son and I right now are, I went ahead and got some Pedialyte and some calcium. I put some calcium in there and some butternut squash and collard greens, and mash it all down so that there we can use a syringe to be able to feed Taz, or Blue. Sorry, Taz is doing okay. But I don't understand, because we've been feeding him the same thing that we've been feeding the other two. There's no other issues with the other two. But he had stopped, and then he got real lethargic, and then even after I put the new lights in and stuff, just changed everything out. And everything. I mean, you guys have seen my setup, so I know that there's no issues with my setup. I'm going to try to hang the UVB light inside the tank. Maybe that'll help. But he was like sliding and falling off of his climbs and stuff, because he was climbing up on his branch and stuff like that, and then he would just like fall off. So I, been in contact with a couple different vets, but unfortunately there wasn't any that were open anytime soon for appointments. So thanks to my YouTube family out there, everybody that I sit down and watch and all that, I really appreciate all the insight that you guys have had with this stuff. So that's what that's why I started doing this. And even since my son and I started, he's now starting to actually clamp down on the end of the syringe, but it doesn't have a needle on it. It's just a syringe. And when we're kind of pushing just a little bit at a time in his mouth, and when he feels it, he's actually starting to bite down. It's getting, he's starting to fight back a little bit more, where I'm trying to open up his mouth and he's actually, clamping his jaw shut, things like that. So he's slowly but surely starting to get a little bit stronger already. We only have a little bit more that we're going to give him tonight, and then let him rest, and hopefully he'll go to the bathroom within the next 24 hours too, and I'll do this with him again as often as I need to be able to get him back up and running. My stupidity, I thought he was brumating or going into a brumation when he slowly started to stop eating, but this weekend, today's Tuesday, this weekend he really started to seem really off. That's when I went and replaced his bulbs and stuff like that, just to see if that would help. And so far, it really hasn't. So, he's still been lethargic, but I've moved him to different spots in the tank. And he's moved back over to underneath the underneath the heat lights. Sorry, I really care about these animals, so I'm a little bit choked up about this right now. But my youngest son's been fantastic. He's the one here that's putting the food in his mouth with the syringe as I'm holding his mouth open and that, and just being really fantastic. We both really care about these animals a lot. So stay tuned. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on how Blue is doing. Send your prayers, keep us in your thoughts. So hopefully we can get him back up and running. He was really yellow for some weird reason, and the tip of his tail was really, really dark. But if you can see now, it's not. His color's starting to come back already. He's still sleeping, but we're hoping that we can do this until we can get him into a vet if he needs to, and get him taken care of. So stay tuned on his progression. you guys, you know, like I said, my heart goes out to you guys. Thank you again to my YouTube family out there. I know that I didn't ask anybody or anything like that. I just found your videos, but I'm glad that they were out there, so that way there I can try to take care of him and get him taken care of until we can get him into a vet. You know, again, I haven't been feeding him anything different than I have the other two, and the other two are perfectly fine. No issues, nothing. He hasn't had any seizures or anything that I know of. Nothing like that. Just stopped eating, and nothing else was helping, so we decided to try to, you know, feed him with a syringe and get some food in him, because he's losing weight, and that's obviously a sign that it's not permission. So, but stay tuned, and I'll hopefully have an update here soon for you guys. Thanks again, everybody. God bless.